Today I'm going to talk about differentiating some of my favorite literacy strategies for preschoolers. The first strategy is the repeated interactive read aloud. A way that we might differentiate this for students who are above grade level is encouraging students to explain character motives, predict outcomes. So for an example from one of my favorite stories, The Little Red Hen, I might ask, why do you think the little red hen kept the bread all for herself? Or for a prediction, the little red hen works so hard and nobody helps. What do you think is going to happen with all the friends if she's doing all of the work? I would also invite, for those higher learners, encourage the use of our new vocab words when we're discussing the story right from the start. For students below grade level, we're going to use visuals, gestures, and concrete examples when introducing new vocabulary. And we'll also simplify questions and provide repeated response opportunities just for that extra practice. Find more opportunities for those children to respond. For one example, when introducing new vocabulary, we have awesome pictures in this story already to introduce the word vain. And I would really stress, this cat is so vain, she just brushes her hair all day. She only cares about what she looks like. She's fixing her whiskers and she's laying around. She doesn't even want to play or work or do anything because she wants to just stay looking good. And I might even compare it to like a Disney character right now that everybody's really into that's vain. And then I would also, for a struggling reader, start by having them point out vocabulary rather than having to use it in their own language. So I might say, show me where the little red hen is threshing the wheat. For English language learners, we would pre-teach key vocabulary even before reading, using visual supports, real objects, and gestures. And we would repeat target words across all three readings and provide as much of that those pictures and supports and flourishment as they need until they understand the meanings of those words. Some real objects that would be cool for this story might be some of those gardening tools, a wheat seed. They actually do sell wheat berries at the store. And then you could also bring in a bag of flour to really firm up that understanding of when the little red hen takes the wheat seeds to the mill for the miller to turn them into wheat. What does that look like, that change? For students who aren't as motivated, align book choice with student interest as much as possible. Add puppets and props and movement activities and allow children to act out scenes from the story. Add some of those props into play right from the first read so that they can start acting out the story with some adult support. And then by the third read, they'll be off and running. Our next strategy, connecting writing to thematic units in play. One way we might differentiate this for students who are above grade level would be encouraging writing that goes beyond labeling, creating lists, messages, signs, stories. One example might be during a vet theme, having the child write appointment notes or care instructions for when that pet leaves the clinic, working on invented spelling and that sound letter correspondence, and just challenging students to add more detail. What else could you write? What else does the pet owner need to know? For students below grade level, we would add picture word cards and environmental print into our play areas, encourage drawing and starting with the labels, pair a label with their drawing, and then practicing shared writing and teacher modeling, showing the students what they could write and how that looks. And then scaffold writing by starting to work on just that, hearing the beginning sound. So maybe their dog picture would be labeled with a D after working through that with the teacher and being able to hear that sound. And for English language learners, we would want to have multilingual print and labels in the play area and encourage students to use their home language word along with the English word side by side. So not only having that as a model in print, but starting to write that way. A great activity to do that with might be a menu, creating a menu, because you're naturally going to have visuals of the food, and then you can have the child write the word from their home language and the English word. Also providing some oral rehearsal before writing. And for students who aren't as motivated, we're going to embed writing into highly preferred play themes, giving writing an authentic purpose within that theme. So if students are really into vehicles, we might create an auto repair shop and have students make work orders for materials and labor. And we are going to include some exciting writing tools, or at least give some choice. Do you want, these markers or these twistables? And even materials like a clipboard can make this feel more authentic and exciting. So we're going to use these awesome strategies, and we're going to differentiate them, and that is going to help our students flourish because it recognizes each child is a capable learner with unique strengths, interests, and needs. And when children are able to experience success when they're reading and writing, they develop confidence and they feel valued because we're meeting them where they're at, but also challenging them to grow. Repeated interactive read-alouds provide equitable access to rich vocabulary, language, and comprehension opportunities. And writing connected to play gives children those authentic opportunities to communicate their ideas and engage in meaningful literacy experiences. By differentiating these strategies, we promote belonging, competence, agency, and joy in learning, all essential components of human flourishing.